Hello friends, it's me, and today, Prime! Let's check out, I bake a Prime cake. Food theory, from the food theorists. Together, let's go.
Our good friend Logan Paul's back in the news with Prime. To celebrate 1 billion bottles sold, that's right, 1 billion with a B, Logan and KSI once again went crazy over the top in the way that only they can. They decided to create a solid gold bottle worth $500,000. A bottle that was set to self-destruct unless someone was able to guess the correct number combination in the case that it was in. The code was guessed, and the Prime bottle was won by a lucky young boy whose life got changed forever by a Prime bottle. Truly, we live in a dystopia. Anyway, this whole thing got me thinking, that's no way to celebrate a milestone. I mean, the only true way that you can celebrate something this big is in the most classic way possible, a cake. So today, Santi and I are challenging ourselves to make a cake out of Prime. And spoiler alert, it ends up being exactly the cake that Logan Paul deserves.
I can say that it smells very strong and oddly sour.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory.
Hello Internet, welcome to Food Theory.
For today, it's Prime Day. Not Amazon Prime, we are talking Prime. Mr. Super infused with potassium instead of sodium, rehydration Prime. I know, we've had our fair share of negative things to say about Logan Paul / KSI's product in the past, but today we're putting all our differences aside to commemorate their 1 billionth bottle. Because honestly, and I gotta give props where props are due, that is a huge accomplishment, especially for a YouTuber-born brand. So really proud of those guys, even though I'm not quite proud of their past actions. Anyway, what better way to celebrate than by creating a cake with Prime infused into every part of the recipe. It's kind of like our Mountain Dew pizza episode, except this time it's even less healthy. But today's episode isn't just about celebration, it's also about hydration. Obviously, Prime Hydration's main selling feature is that it's meant to replenish your electrolytes and keep you hydrated throughout the day. But what you might not know, and the problem that we're faced with today, is that baked goods actually dry you out. So today, Santi and I are setting out not just to challenge ourselves by baking a cake for Prime, but also baking a cake from Prime, in an effort to see if we can create the world's first hydration cake. It is odd, it is revolutionary, and who knows, it might just end up being revolting.
It looks like we slaughtered a Smurf.
But before we dive in, we need to first establish what being hydrated is, what about a cake it is that dries us out, and finally, how Prime could work to counteract that. Once we have those answers, it's just a matter of whipping it all up and trying it for ourselves, and not to give too much away too soon, but let's just say the results are something to be beheld. To start things off, what exactly does it mean to be hydrated? Well, our bodies need
Drink water. It's,
water for
keep water in your body.
a whole lot of processes. You may have heard that common factoid that the human body is 60% water, but I feel like that isn't really enough context for it. To put it a different way, our brain and heart, they're about 73% water. Our lungs come in at about 83%. Our muscles and kidneys hover around 79%, and our bones, 31% water. A third of your bones are just good old H2, oh yeah. So now
H2, oh yeah.
Oh, you understand why the human body can go upwards of 6 weeks without food, but barely 1 without water. We lose it in practically everything we do. Sweating, exhaling, going to the bathroom. In fact, we lose 2 to 3 quarts of water, or just about 12 cups of it per day. And when we need it for our blood, our joints, our eyes, skin, digestive system, flushing out toxins, and finding the will to live on blistering summer days, it's slightly important to replenish what we're losing. But hydration isn't as simple as just drinking a bunch of water. You also need electrolytes. Electrolytes is one of those vague words that we hear about in our day-to-day lives without much of a second thought, but what these are, in essence, are minerals in your blood and other bodily fluids that help keep the water inside your body, the acidity in your blood, and your muscle functioning all in a very specific state of homeostasis, a state of balance that your body needs to be in. Electrolytes, which include things like calcium, sodium, and potassium, are electrically charged and help direct water to the parts of your body that need it through osmosis. To bring back the biology class that we've all tried to shove into the dank, dark corners of our collective minds, water in
No, don't say that. Chemistry class is fun. At least for me, it's fun.
our body moves from areas of high concentration to low concentration, and electrolytes basically act as the aircraft marshalers directing it to the right places. So being hydrated means not just replenishing water, but also those charged ions, which your body reabsorbs through what's called the sodium-glucose co-transport system that exists in your gut. As the name suggests, that co-transport system needs glucose, or sugar, to function properly. Without the sugar, we can still absorb the electrolytes, but we can't do it as efficiently. Cake has sugar, so we should be halfway to rehydration. hydration. Unfortunately for our cause today, too much sugar ends up having detrimental effects. When your gut absorbs a large amount of sugar, your body detects this, and in order to maintain homeostasis, your body takes water from your cells, saliva, tears, and skin in order to flood your now sugar-rich blood with water to try and balance the whole thing out. As a result, you become more dehydrated. Considering that cakes contain cups and cups of sugar, and the icing on top is also essentially flavored sugar, this means that cake leaves us looking like baby prunes. Our hypothesis today, though, is that by introducing prime hydration powder into
Oh, that was SpongeBob SquarePants reference. I just got that.
the cake batter, we'll be able to balance out some of the copious amounts of sugar, helping reintroduce electrolytes into our body so that less water is used to compensate for the sugar that we're eating. Coming up with a
That's right. Matt Pat makes a very good point.
recipe for all this, though, is a bit outside my wheelhouse, which is why I had to call in the help of Santi.
That is
Hi, Santi!
what I've tasked Santi with creating for us today, actually, is designing a recipe that uses prime hydration beverage as its core base to create the world's first prime cake.
So I have this wonderful vanilla cake recipe that I love, and we're gonna take that as a base and build on it.
That's his nice way of saying bastardize it for content, so there you go.
I'm trying not to be precious about it, but it's my recipe. Anyway,
It's Logan Paul now.
so what I've seen a couple of people online do, and mistakenly so, is using Gatorade and Prime and other hydration beverages to make their baked good. They use the liquid.
Yeah.
And the problem is there's a lot of water in that, but we're gonna use the hydration sticks instead of the actual drink.
So that way we get to keep all the sugars and electrolytes inside the hydration mix, but also keep all the goodness of the cake.
Right, and being able to control for all the other variables. This, we're getting the pure, I was gonna say the pure goodness, the pure essence of Prime.
Uncut prime.
Cut pure Prime.
100% pure Colombian prime. Right there.
Oh, don't.
Ooh, that reference.
Never get that reference.
Oh, I'm sure people will understand. Read between the lines.
There's another joke.
That's a good. So,
Wait, what?
Control for all the other variables. This, we're getting the pure, I was gonna say the pure goodness, the pure essence of Prime.
uncut prime.
Cut pure Prime.
100% pure Colombian prime. Right there.
Oh, they'll never get that reference.
Oh, I'm sure people will understand. Read between the lines.
There's another joke.
That's a good. So, let's get to cooking, shall we? Santi, take me through the flavors and why we chose them.
We're starting off with a vanilla cake base because obviously we want something that is plain and easy to build on in terms of flavor. So we're gonna go with ice pop and lemon lime for the flavor of the actual meat of the cake, if you will.
Nice carnivore cake.
You don't like meaty cakes?
Actually not, but sure, we'll go with it.
Fair enough. So for the sponges of the cake, we're gonna go with ice pop, which is a nice sweet tart flavor. The lemon lime is a nice, the lemon really comes through strong. So it's
Similar
a nice
to like a
refreshing-
lemon cake, right?
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make a cake that's actually yummy and that you want to eat.
Yeah, that you're gonna serve to your next like 15-year-old Maverick's birthday party, as opposed to something that we're just making for the views on YouTube.
And then
Maverick, Tom Cruise.
for the icing, we're going with blue.
Blue raspberry?
Blue.
Just blue.
You know, I said it. I know what I said.
Why these three specifically, just out of curiosity?
So we wanted to try and make this as normal as possible. The ice pop flavor, me and Sam, thank you, behind the scenes,
I thought he's gonna choose RGB, you know? Red, green, blue.
tried every powder just by itself. Worst experience ever. So sour.
Really? Worst experience? I feel like there's gotta be some like worse experiences in your life.
Very few. And you are gonna try this now. You're gonna have to take a good little like mouth. Oh, come on.
All these muscles for no reason.
Wow, hashtag humble brag over. Oh, I'm so muscular. Oh, forgive me, I'm so fit.
There we go. Not that bad.
Ooh, humble brag.
This is like a pixie stick.
Worst pixie stick you'll ever have.
Smells nice. A little bit sour, a little bit salty.
You're dead inside. My muscles were involuntarily spasming for like a good 30 seconds after this.
Maybe you have too many muscles. Santi. All of this.
I'm not gonna
is-
live that down.
Oh, no, I am never gonna forgive you. Can I
Ice top.
hang from your arm?
Oh yeah.
Hold me up.
Oh god. Oh wait, I'm a lefty. Here, actually try it. Actually try this. I'm
Yeah, we trust you.
curious now. Can we try this? We're gonna do this. All right, ready?
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. Okay.
You couldn't see it. His feet were off the ground.
Here we go. You got him.
So the reason we use ice pop,
Santi is sweating there a little bit.
honestly, I mean, you're not a light guy. No, you know, in a great way. In a great way. I'm not used to.
Then for sure to get a job. Yes, he did get a new job. He is the new host of the Food Series. The new job.
Eat your own damn prime cake.
I'm not used to grown men hanging off my arms anymore.
Right? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you can't handle flavor, Santi.
You know what? You're right. My palate is so refined that anything that offensive is just.
I love that everyone behind the camera is just collectively rolling their eyes and shaking their head at what's going on right now.
Let me be on camera.
I mean, this seems like an interesting flavor cake, I will say.
It's gonna be a trip for your taste buds.
Food theory so often is. I have tasted some of the strangest things in my life thanks to this channel.
Before we insult my cake that we're gonna make,
I'm just saying.
we are going to probably insult it. But the cake itself, and we'll put the recipe down below, it's so good.
While Santi takes a minute to mourn his recipe, let me walk you through the ingredients that we used for the cake. First, we start by cracking 4 eggs into the mixing bowl. Then you're gonna add a 1.5 cups of sugar, and you're gonna gently mix those for about 7 minutes. Once that's done, you're gonna add the dry mixture, which is made of 2 cups of flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Thanks, Santi. Next, we come to
1 and 4 quarters. How do you show that? Just write it on your hand and just show it.
the actual prime portion. We're gonna be mixing in 2 sticks of ice pop into one layer and 2 of lemon lime into the other. Once your eggs and dry ingredients are all combined, you're slowly gonna be pouring in some warm milk and butter. We actually tempered our milk by adding in a small amount of our mixture to help cool it down so it wouldn't cook the batter as we stirred. That's the goop that you're seeing right there as Santi pours it in. Once all of that's combined, you're ready to pour it into the mold and stick it in the oven.
Tap, tap.
Give me 3 taps. There you go.
Just like
Don't
that.
do it.
4th tap, too many?
No, 4th tap is way too many.
sure?
All the air bubbles will be gone on the 4th
No.
tap. You don't get 4 wishes from a genie for a reason.
I never thought of it that way. You are so right.
It's because of the air bubbles.
It's because of the air bubbles. All right, cut to the fancy cam. Woo, fancy cam.
So 3 is okay, 4 is no.
We upped the production for this one. Go into the middle rack. He's already preheated at 350. And up. And down. Ready? 3 more. Go. 1.
Squats. 2.
Oh, there went my microphone. And that's why you only get 3 wishes from a genie. You get 3 wishes from a genie and 2 squats. All right, we're gonna set him in for how long, Santi?
20 to 30 minutes.
20, 30 minutes. There we go. So I guess that's more bonding time for us.
Oh, yay!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 20 minutes have elapsed. Our prime cakes are out of the oven. It looks a lot like sliced ham over there. Like I can't even. First off, these are some thin boys. Santi, I know we're being health conscious on the channel right now. We could have made them a little bit more robusto, I feel like.
I wanted to limit how much we needed to put into our mouths.
I don't know, man. I'm eager to put this in my mouth. But, right, doesn't this look like a slice of ham? This looks like a slice of ham to me.
I mean, we're gonna put icing over it. Don't don't put that into your head yet.
I can say that it smells very strong and oddly sour. My house now smells like Logan Paul. Please get Logan Paul out of my house.
So let's review, shall we?
Let's.
In this episode,
Yes.
we've arm wrestled,
Yes.
hung off each other's arms.
Yes.
You've punched me in the stomach.
I have.
Is this the effect of Logan Paul? Is this the effect of Prime?
This is the machismo that I feel coursing through my body.
Right? It's just like gone in through our veins,
Yeah.
and now we're just like, oh, manly men.
The most masculine episode of Food Theory.
Having completed our little moment of toxic masculinity,
Oh my god, that was cringe.
it was time to put the icing together. And that's when it became clear that it was gonna be a rough road ahead.
That's very powerful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see how it all comes together.
Can you show the camera kind of what's happening in the school?
No.
I think it would be really fun and exciting if you did.
You know what? I hate you all.
I'll spare you from what followed, which was 20 minutes of Santi trying to figure out what exactly went wrong with his icing, which ended up looking a whole lot less like icing and a whole lot more like sand.
So hi, welcome back to the kitchen.
Welcome back.
Santi has made an incredible discovery, and I think we all are equally surprised by the revelation that Santi has had. Santi, can you communicate to the camera the oversight that happened that we've been trying to fix and figure out here?
Yes, Matthew.
There was an oversight.
The week that I was working on these recipes, both the cake and the icing, one thing that I didn't take into consideration when making the icing recipe was the actual powder from the hydration stick being incorporated into the icing. I was more concerned with making the icing itself. Now finding out the coarseness of the Prime hydration stick is very granulated.
It is. It's like drippy sand. This stuff is like kinetic sand. That being said, it tastes like a banger. Texture, hot mess. Just hottest of messes. But from a flavor standpoint, this is actually pretty good. So,
You know what? I tried my best with what I had.
What is the one ingredient that I'm overlooking here? Oh yeah, the Prime hydration.
Slight oversight, but
Slight oversight.
Slight oversight.
It worked for the cake. I made the cake recipe that we built upon and it worked. I figured it would be the same thing for the icing. You just incorporated some Prime hydration stick on top of the recipe that you make and it would work out fine. I was wrong.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a lesson for us all.
Huh, go figure.
I'm glad that people can learn, people can improve, people make mistakes, and people can learn from their faults.
Guess that's what happens when you don't actually use the main ingredient when you're putting together a recipe. What were you expecting, Santi? Let's go down the list of things that went wrong in this train wreck to try and put the final few nails in the coffin that is Santi's dignity. As it turns out, adding an excessive amount of salt is gonna make your cake sponge insanely dense. This is because salt molecules form strong bonds with the flour proteins, causing the gluten molecules to become less mobile, which in turn makes the batter tighter and more elastic. This is desirable if you're making bread dough, but definitely not desirable if you're making cake batter. And unfortunately for Santi, we also got the ultra combo with the fact that we added 4 grams of sugar to each half of the cake through those Prime sticks, which knocked his precious recipe off balance with way too much sugar, thereby contributing more to the rock-like density of this cake. The icing was something he also didn't expect, but luckily for us, Steph stepped in with the answer that we needed. It's just that she stepped in way too late.
Go figure.
It's ionic. Come on. Chemistry.
You see, cake frosting is an
Aw, thank you so much. That's very nice of you. Like the mother of the family, you know, the one that is.
emulsion. An emulsion's a mixture of two liquids that don't normally mix, like oil and water, but it's stabilized by an emulsifying agent. In this case, the butter and egg acted as those agents. They help fuse the fats and the waters together into that delicious delicacy that we spread all over the cake. The extra
How do you pronounce the word again? What agent again? Sorry.
Steph stepped
Sorry, what
in with the
agent?
answer that we needed. It's just that she stepped in way too late.
Go figure.
It's ionic. Come on. Chemistry.
You see, cake frosting is an emulsion. An emulsion's a
Emulsion, alright.
mixture of two liquids that don't normally mix, like oil and water, but it's stabilized by an emulsifying agent. In this case, the butter and egg acted as
Emulsifying agent. Oh, that's a new word. That's a new word. I know that it works, but I don't know what's the name for it.
those agents. They help fuse the fats and the waters together into that delicious delicacy that we spread all over the cake. The extra salt from the Prime sticks, though, decreased the stability of the emulsifying agents and disrupted the careful balance of ions in the emulsion, causing it to split into the grainy, goopy phloem that we ended up with. So let's see everyone's reactions to this, well, I was gonna say cake, but
So is this done? Are we, like, this is as close as we've gotten so far.
Yes.
It looks like we slaughtered a Smurf. It has the texture of phloem, Nickelodeon phloem. However, I will say, it tastes good.
It does taste
It looks, it looks traumatic, but it tastes good. Oh boy, so what do you say?
Kick me while I'm down, why don't you?
We put this episode out of its misery by icing ourselves a Prime cake.
Please, let's do it.
All right, let's pull out those sponges.
You know what? I hate Prime. I hate you, Logan Paul.
You know
I hate
what?
everything about you.
You know what? In the true spirit of Logan Paul, we overpromise
They'll be like, ah, gosh, man, I hate you, Logan Paul. I hate you so much. Ugh.
and underdeliver. So, the only thing that we're missing at this point, besides a better cake, is the word Prime. We gotta really hype the brand, you know? Here we go. Let's do it, boys. I'm gonna write Prime right here. Oh yeah, look at that.
You're gonna run out of space.
Oh, you know it.
It's gonna say Prime.
Let's go, boys. It's our print. Slap that one on a thumbnail and send it to print, ladies and gentlemen. It's our prime cake. Yo. This is so This is it, ladies and gentlemen. The fruits of our labor today. Prime cake. It looks... Man, it is so dense.
I know.
Santi, got forks for all of us. Come on, Steph. You walked into the kitchen at the perfect time.
No, you missed the journey.
No.
You can't judge off of nothing.
Oh, she is absolutely gonna judge.
Oh wow. That has a firmness I am not accustomed
Prime may be supposed to hydrate, but this cake is deeply not hydrated.
Let's go down the line, shall we? Sam.
This is disgusting.
Okay, Steph.
I wouldn't feed this to a dog.
Ash, how about you? How was your prime cake experience?
So I like that it's an experience, right?
You would. What a Gen Z thing to say. And for me, honestly,
Correct! It's a Gen Z thing. It's experience, you know. It's the moment. It's what makes the meaning of life. Will I eat the second time?
similar to Ash, it's not a good cake. It's an interesting cake.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I dig.
And it's like the Shanti is just over there dying, just dying of laughter.
The ride.
Yeah.
Have we succeeded today in making a cake that is gonna hydrate you after your day at the gym? Absolutely not. Have we succeeded in making a cake at all? Absolutely not. But you know what? We had fun making it. And I have a feeling this one is gonna go down in food theory history with bread gloves. And I made cookies out of sawdust. Let me close and end Santi's pain and suffering
Thank
here
you.
by saying thank you all for joining us on this magical journey.
Wait, does that say bread?
And remember, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit!
Before I go, I wanted to give an extra special thanks to today's sponsor, Air Up. I'm not
Yes, but hey, that's just a theory, a food theory. Bon appetit!
exaggerating when I say I went off camera right after the shoot and chugged my entire Air Up bottle to get the taste of that cake out of my mouth and desperately rehydrate. Obviously, after all the sugar I ate in this cake and the foam frosting, the last thing I needed was a sugary drink. So with Air Up, I was just able to pop on the wild berry pod to give me a hint of flavor with none of the drawbacks. So I was able to give my bones the water that they had definitely lost throughout this experience. And hey, if you decide to make this cake for your loved ones or your
A prim cake! A prim cake!
enemies this holiday season, you can always take the guesswork out of gift shopping by complimenting that cake with their own Air Up bottles. Trust me, they will be ecstatic to bust them open and start chugging away, and you'll come out winning by saving 30% on their holiday bundles. Create the demand of thirst on one side, then control the supply of sleek, customizable Air Up bottles on the other. We are all about optimization here at Theorist, folks. While the cake might not hydrate you for the holidays, Air Up definitely will. So make sure you click the link below and get your shopping out of the way early while the bundles last. Thanks again to Air Up for always being such an amazing sponsor here on the channel, and for saving us from some horrible baking experiments this week. As always, my friends, I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully it tastes a little bit better than this one.
Oh, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find this video quite interesting to watch. I have a blast. I laugh at this so. But hey, that's just a theory, a food theory. Bon appetit. Oh, it's a funny theory. It's a funny episode. Thank you so much, Mr. Beast. Thank you. Thank you so much, MatPat. Thank you so much, Logan Paul. Thank you so much, Shanti. Thank you so much, everybody, for making this video. You guys did a great job. Thank you. Oh yeah, kaboom. And why did I say Mr. Beast? Ah, that's so awkward. That's so awkward. A bit shy.